So maybe a lot of people wouldn't really, I don't know, I'm not like wasn't a super bad video game addict by the time I stopped. I was kind of just playing an average of like an hour a day. So maybe a lot of people wouldn't have really considered me an addict, because I know there's a lot of people that are probably playing, like 8 hours a day or something, and it's like affecting their life really, really badly. But before that, I think for a while, I was playing like 4 hours a day or something, and sort of bad. I wasn't getting enough rest. And the reason I started doing that is because I wanted to, I always have a tendency to where I want to be able to make money with something that I enjoy and do anyway. Like right now, I'm just walking in the woods. So I'm like, why not film a video too? Maybe the YouTube channel, it'll probably make at least a little bit of money eventually if I keep doing this. But with the video games, I wanted to actually be like a sniper in the video games. That's what I liked doing. And I wanted to be one of the guys who was so good at it to where you just get a lot of views. You're just so good at it. Like, it's not based on the videos being funny or based on me being charismatic so much. Just based on how good I am. Basically like the FaZe Clan and their videos and stuff. I was obsessed with that. And I thought maybe if I put in the work, I could get really, really good. It was way harder than I realized. And I was old when I started doing this. Like 30 years old or some shit, or 29 or something, I don't know. And got to get really good like that is so hard. Like the kids that are really good, they've been playing the same game for like 10 years. They've been playing Call of Duty for like the last 10 years, all the other Call of Duties. And they're like 20 something now, or like 22 or something. So they started when they were very young, when they had no responsibilities and had like all the time in the world. Big heads up. Where me, I was already an adult, like working sort of full time and everything. So way, way harder to do. But anyway, eventually it was kind of more like I was just playing an hour a day. And if you want to look at the YouTube channel, the YouTube channel I made, it's called Snipey Haha. It just has like 1,200 subscribers now. It's just kind of stuff I did for fun, but video game stuff. But by the end, it was just an hour a day on average, which doesn't really seem that bad. It's not really going to affect your life that much. But at the end of the day, it's still playing video games for an hour every day. Oops, almost tripped there. It's not like, by this time I think I kind of realized like I'm not gonna be that good at the video game to be able to make like a good income from this on YouTube. Like, it's not gonna happen. And for me, playing those video games an hour every day, wasn't benefiting my life at all. Probably was never gonna benefit my life at all. If anything, it was just making it worse, really. It was taken away from the time that I could have been resting. I tend not to rest enough. Like, I'm always just doing stuff all day, and I'm already working and working out and stuff. Already pretty exhausted, my body is tired, and then I'm putting in just extra energy into playing these games when I didn't even have any extra energy, and then energy into making the YouTube videos where, this is time that I could have been doing something productive, like learning a language. And I'd already been starting to learn a language for like a year about. And let's see. At first I was being kind of lazy with it, though. I didn't have enough motivation. And then I traveled to Mexico City by myself. I was there for 10 days, and I realized how much my Spanish sucked ass. Like, I couldn't understand anything that anyone was saying. When I went there, I realized, I'm like, okay, I need to practice like listening to people, and started really putting in the work. Started watching TV shows, and at first it was so much work. Like, it would take me like a half an hour to get through like 5 minutes of footage, because I had to look up like every word in the dictionary and like use Google Translate and everything. But traveling there, I got the motivation. Then once I found like my favorite show, the show South Park, which has been like my favorite show of all time. It's really funny. So even though it was work, it was fun for me to do that, and it was still probably less energy than playing in goddamn video games. Playing Call of Duty and like sweating, it takes so much freaking energy. Oh my god, it takes a ton of energy. And doing this has started to be really fun, whereas playing the video games, it was like, honestly, most of the time when I play, because I'm just so focused on like trying to get really good clips. I'm comparing myself to these like 20-year-old kids who are like among the best players in the world. I'm not even having fun. I'm just getting, a lot of times it's just really like irritated. It's making me angry. It brings my adrenaline up the whole time. Whereas the language learning was way more relaxed and it started being really fun. And then average of an hour a day that I was using playing video games, I just started putting into language learning. I didn't do it on purpose at all. I didn't kind of sit down and was like, oh, I need to quit playing video games, because, you know, it was an hour a day. It wasn't really a big, obvious problem. But it was just like, once I got the motivation to learn the language more, I just started doing that. And after my Mexico City trip, which was January of 2023, remember, because I went on my birthday, I just started spending that time every day that I was playing video games into learning language, and just basically just watching movies and TV shows, learning from the subtitles and looking up words in the dictionary. And that changed my life for the better. And the video games I've been playing for like years. The language, you know, I'd been doing it for like a year, but just like 20 minutes a day, not really trying at all. And after that year, I learned way more. And now it's been like another 5 months after that year when I started. It's 2020, well, whenever the video upload date is, May 2024. Now, done more traveling by myself in Latin America. I traveled to Dominican Republic on my own in January for my birthday again. I met an amazing girl there, and I'd already decided too that I wanted to live somewhere in Latin America. I probably was going to go to Colombia at first instead. My plan was to maybe just kind of travel around to different countries, spend at least a month in each one. But the girl that I met in Dominican Republic, we kept talking, so I decided I'm moving to Dominican Republic, and I'm actually going to go there in less than a week now. I'm insanely excited. It's basically been a dream of mine to travel to foreign countries, or to even live in a foreign country, since I was like a teenager, basically. And obviously, you know, it's always been a dream to have an amazing girlfriend. That's everybody kind of has a dream where they want an amazing girlfriend or boyfriend, I think. So learning the language and just replacing that video game playing just for 1 year, completely changing my life. And the reward from learning the language is like 10 times greater than something from a video game. And honestly, I think like if I was able to make that kind of YouTube career that I wanted from the video game stuff, obviously that could be very life-changing as well. You know, you could, if you're playing video games, making YouTube channels for a full-time living, you can live wherever you want, and probably you might have enough, if you do it well, you could have enough free time to learn a language and spend more time dating and all that stuff. But the way I was going about it wasn't going to happen. And if I'd really put in the work with the video game and the YouTube thing, I would have been deliberately trying a different route and planning out a channel and a strategy that would have been an easier way to make money. But really, I was just kind of using it as an excuse in the end to play the video games, probably. Whereas I think now, if I did a channel, I would just do content for YouTube and video game stuff that's more search based, and I might even try to do that in the future. I don't know, but anyway, I just kind of wanted to share that for anybody out there. Just learning a language can really, really change your life. And anybody that's addicted to playing video games, I know you're really smart. And I know that if you don't have any motivation to learn a language, it's not going to work for you. But if you have some sort of motivation to learn another language, to travel, to be able to connect with people and talk to people that you'd otherwise never be able to talk to, you would really, really love language learning. It would really, really benefit you. You'd be really good at it. Like if you're smart and you play video games, you can easily learn a language. You can easily get into this stuff. And I think what a lot of people don't know is there are methods to learning a language that most people don't know. Like most people think the way they teach it in school, you have to learn a lot of grammar. It's just a lot of work. you really can learn a language with barely learning any grammar. Like I'd still recommend in the beginning learning the basic grammatical stuff, but most of it, like what I did is basically I just learned a language through watching TV shows and movies, which I was doing every day anyway. Now I just watch them all in Spanish. And by talking to girls through like video chat on my phone, which I like talking to girls. I like talking to people on the phone. And then that's basically the main ways I practice Spanish. And I read a little bit of books too, but mainly just talking to girls and sort of working on my dating life at the same time, and then just watching movies and TV shows, which I do every day anyway to relax. And that's kind of another addiction too. I've always watched too much movies and TV shows, whereas now it's something productive. And it has changed my life for the better. And if you want to, I don't want this to sound like a plug or anything, it's not what I'm trying to do, but if you're interested in learning a language or learning how to do that, and I was gonna say I have another channel, a YouTube channel I started about that. It's not how to learn, it's not teaching Spanish, it's just how to go about learning a language, like tips for doing that, talking about how I did it through watching movies and shows. But there's a ton of channels like this. If you just search like the best way to learn a language, the fastest way to learn a language on YouTube, tons of channels and videos about this. Just word of warning, don't believe the lies when people are saying like how I got fluent in whatever language in 1 month or 3 months. That's not how it works. It takes like years to get fluent. You're not going to do it in a month or even 3 months. Probably not even going to do it in a year unless you're just spending a ton of time doing it. But like me, if you just spend an extra hour a day or whatever, eventually your improvements will be insane. But like I was saying, if you're interested in it, just search on YouTube, just do a lot of research on how to learn a language, and you can find a way that's very fun for you, a way that you enjoy. Like there are lots of people that, like me, that they just want to watch movies and shows. There are people that maybe all they want to do is maybe just travel and talk to people in person, or only talk to people online. There are people that enjoy learning grammar and going through textbooks, or enjoy doing traditional school classes. And if you like that, then that's good for them. There are people that like to read, and they mainly learn through reading. There are all sorts of ways to learn. But anyway, I just wanted to share how it changed my life, and hopefully this will influence some other people to learn a language, or maybe just try to do something else to replace their video game habit with. Because even if you maybe don't realize it, maybe it's not a super bad addiction, it could still be negatively affecting your life, or possibly just just holding you back in life is kind of more what it was doing with me. It was really just adding stress to my life, holding me back in life, and it was taking time out of my day that it could have been using to what's the word I'm looking for? To better my life.